It's important to recognize that technology is not an end in itself, but rather it's a means to an end.
First of all, I think we could take stock of how much progress we've already made. If I look back when I was in college, if you had missed a class or if you were finding a concept difficult to understand, there was no way you could brush up on that. You could not see that lecture again. Whereas now with technology, you could watch any of these videos as many times as you want. You can practice exercises, and even if you have missed a few skills, now you have fancy adaptive learning softwares which can allow you to build those skills almost on a step-by-step basis. So that's what we are already at right now.
EdTech is very new. I think I think in the history of humanity or technology, for the first time we've reached a point where real pedagogues and academicians can use and leverage technology to create solutions, and you don't necessarily need technologists. And that's a huge situation to be in, because today there is platforms, authoring tools which are open source available, which really can enable pedagogues and academicians to create solutions which can directly go to beneficiaries.
Technology can play a lot of different roles and add a lot of different value to educational outcomes in India. So let me just outline a couple of these. I think the first is clearly that through technology we can make content accessible to students who are especially in remote areas and don't really have access to certain types of curriculum, to certain teachers and different pieces of knowledge. The second advantage or value of EdTech is that it can provide real-time data and information to school systems so that they can make more informed decisions and on issues as wide-ranging as teacher effectiveness and student learning outcomes. Through this, EdTech can also develop individualized learning plans for children as well as help them become more tech literate.
If you look at a little bit in the future, you could imagine a world where not only students are learning at the pace they want to in a mastery-based way, but they can also start using technology. They can start building evidence of work that they are doing. They could build portfolios of the projects and other activities that they are doing at school. And in some ways, I mean, with what they learn through technology as well as through this project-based work that they can do, these portfolios they could build, you could see a scenario where alternative paths to high schools could develop. And in a country like India, that is something of huge significance.
Time has come where we can put technologies not just to do administration better, but to actually use for more sophisticated solutions like training teachers or providing adaptive learnings to children. So I think we are at that cusp at this point of time where technology can leapfrog some of these solutions.
Different companies at different stages obviously need different kind of financing instruments. So there is a huge need for grants, for debt, for equity, and for structured products that are in between debt and equity.